Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just follow up on what my colleagues have been saying regarding the membership of the Royal Society for the minorities and the Maoris, the Pacific people, and also the women. I think it's very important to see about the two things there. One is that historically, of course, the Royal Society is sort of more science-based. So it's the scientists who have been the members of the Royal Society. And again, historically, it's been the men, and it has been mainly the European and maybe some Asian men who have done advanced studies, done PhDs, and done some real, hard research and very, well-known research, and they have become members and then fellows of the Royal Society. So clearly, if through this bill we get humanities included, and I'm quite sure that we'll have a lot more women coming through to become, fellows, not only just the members but fellows of society, as will the Maoris and Pacifica people. I'm sure they will be coming through to become fellows. Palang is already there. There are 367 of them probably. So there are plenty of them there, Mr. Ross Robertson. But, this is an area which is very close to my heart, Mr. Chairman, because, I've been a member, while I was at Massey and researching into agricultural engineering, I've been a member of a number of societies. The Society of Agricultural Engineers, and then there was Society of Asian Association of Agricultural Engineers, and then there was Association of Soil Tillage Research. And these were the associations, societies that I was a member of. And, of course, I never sought to become fellow, because as the question was raised earlier, normally to become fellow, one has to be nominated by others, nominated by your peers. And people instigate others to nominate, to become fellows. Of course, I never sought to become the fellow. I'm quite sure I would have been a fellow of those societies if I was still researching in there. But the good news is I know my son will become a fellow of the Royal Australasian Society College of Surgeons very shortly. Because he's now into vascular surgery, and I think next year or two he will become a fellow of that Australian New Zealand College of Surgeons. So, there are many societies who have, different cadres of membership. They are members and they become fellows. And often, as I said earlier, one becomes a fellow when you're at the top of your profession. You done a lot of research, you published a lot of papers, published books and written books, and then one becomes fellow. So I think it's very important that we recognize, as we recognize humanities, that as we get more members involved in the Royal Society, that they also become fellows of the Royal Society. And I think with this amendment, we'll have, certainly, I'm quite sure we'll have more women coming through, we'll have more Pacifica and Maori people coming through, become fellows, because historically, some of these people have not really done a lot of science. We are very familiar, going through the university, we know there are very few Maori students who've been through science and technologies. And also in the previous years, there have been not many women as well. Of course, nowadays we have a lot more women coming through the science, and also, of course, in medicine. We got a lot of fellows of surgeons and physicians and all that area. But so certainly we'll have encouragement for these groups who've never been part of the either the membership of the Royal Society to come to the level of become a fellow of the society. But clearly, a fellow is a person who has achieved at the highest standard, at the highest level, and is recognized by the profession, not only just the peers, but the profession internationally. And as I said, this is right across in various disciplines, including engineering and including sciences. So, thank you, Mr.
Grant Robertson.
Thank you very much.